Before we dive into this short shoulder workout, it's only about 10 minutes long. I'm Deborah Atkinson, founder of Flipping 50. This is great for when there's just no time for anything else. It's a quickie, 10 minutes plus a 5-minute total body cool down. You want really small weights, even soup cans or water bottles will do. Okay, today's all about shoulders. Always? No. Sometimes? Yes. Definitely you want to focus on those shoulders. And part of the reason is if we focus on strengthening the shoulders, when we're not doing shoulders and yet we're using them every single workout, when you're doing rowing, when you're doing pushing, when you're doing biceps and triceps, you're working your shoulders. The most important work that we do to the shoulders is get you strong enough so we don't use them when we don't need them. And we get retraction at the same time, meaning pulling the shoulder blades back together. So you want this, you want the ability to depress the shoulder blades. And if we can keep you doing that while you're taxing the shoulders, then we know we can do it on the days we're not actually specifically using the shoulders, but we're getting benefit. So never for a minute think, because we don't do shoulder exercises or because we don't do an arm exercise, that we're not working them. We are. You're getting it. Either in a seated position or down in a kneeling position. Now, we're going to do a series of basically this is a superset. Often that's back and forth between two different exercises, but this superset is a superset of exercises all focused on the shoulders and each of them just one time through. So I want you to think about what can you handle if I were going to ask you to fatigue at 10 repetitions. I am going to have you use both weights, one in each hand. One of those shoulders or arms will be moving at a time. We're going to alternate sides. Sometimes we've done this all one-sided. Today, you alternate and you want to be careful. We don't want any of this. We don't want any arching back. So there's a lot of core going on here as well. So if you want to be in a kneeling position, it really doesn't matter which leg you have forward because you're alternating legs here. All right, so we come back. And this is not one of those that will come back and we'll do it again. These are small muscle groups. So 10 and overhead pressing, this is about as heavy as I would want to go in order to safely do it. Okay, so coming upright, assume the position so you've got tall posture, pushing down with the knee if you are in a kneeling position. Coming up, now engage the core and come up for the first one and lift. Your elbow to shoulder is parallel to the ground. And after you do this one, you will also feel this is very much tricep exercise. Your arm flexing and extending from the elbow and the shoulder both involve the tricep in the back of the upper arm. So watch it as you get a little bit more fatigue going on. If you picked up a heavy weight that's truly going to reach fatigue in 10 for you, the temptation to arch back will be greater. So don't think you're foolish if you have to set those weights down sooner than 10. It's okay if you've reached fatigue. It's also okay if you just feel, no, I'm compromising my lower back. I need to stop, okay? Good, up and down. Nice job. You're going to give me 2 more. Reach and down. 1 more set and push, and you're totally done. Carefully set those weights down. Good. Now you should know what I mean by saying, oh, that is a tricep exercise. All right. Coming up, finding a seat if you were down. I want you seated, and the reason being, so not standing where you've got to think about your hip and your knee joints and then your lower back as well. When you sit down, you kind of eliminate a lot of the pieces so you can really focus on what am I working. We're going to start here with lateral flexion. Thumb end of your hand is coming up and it can come back down, but watch what I'm doing. I'm going to stop right here. I'm not going to stop here. I'm going to keep a little tension and I want to drop those shoulder blades down and back and together. This is lateral flexion, not open, a little slightly forward, okay? So 10 of them, And this is your second exercise. You've got a little pre-fatigue here, but I do want you to reach fatigue at 10. Now you can have a couple in reserve, meaning you've got a couple left, because I'd rather have you air that way. I don't want you to fatigue at 10, okay? That's a little heavy. We're gonna bring it here, shoulders back and down. Here we go, up, and then slowly lower down. Eccentric contractions are always the key to gaining more strength and doing it with great form. So a lot of the work happens here on that down slope. So here's 3, and then slowly come back down. Good, and 4, and lower this back down. Excellent. And 5. Own it at the top, and that's the key. And lower. Whenever you're not sure you're going to reach fatigue, we can hold that in position where we've got a huge contraction, and then allow it to come down in a very slow, controlled manner. Lift it up, and holding up here, you may be wakening up those triceps that fatigued, right? And this isn't really a tricep exercise, but if the overall arm is still reach fatigue and now you're getting there again, you're going to feel all those guys come out to play. One more time. Raise up. Good. And slowly back down. Good. And release. Now, we're going to come in and we're going to do a front raise. Now, notice what I'm doing. If I say to you, we don't use pink dumbbells. Sometimes I have to break my own rules. Now, imagine they're blue, green, whatever color you want, but I want that lighter weight. Now, these are 3 pounds. So if you're not sure, you've got to lighten up here. You may want 1s, you may want 2s. And if you get to that arena and think, I don't have those, go into your kitchen. See if you've got some canned vegetables or soup that you can grip onto. So that's probably the biggest problem is, can you hold that, okay? But those would be also very appropriate options. You could grab a couple of water bottles, literally the 8 ounce or 16 ounces full of water, but there you go, right? Shoulder blades are back, sitting upright, and I want you no arching, okay? So drop the shoulders back. This is really important that we don't start going here when we get tired. So you're going to come up, but stay there for me. So arms are right here in front of your shoulders. You're going to lower the right, lift it back up. Lower the left, lift it back up, and then lower down, and then put the shoulders back again. Every time. Lift up, lower this one down, raise it back up, please. Lower this one down, raise it up, and then slowly lower back to start. Raise both up, lower down, raise it, lower this one down, lift it up, and then slowly return. And again, raise up, lower down, lift it up, good. Lower down, raise it up, and lower down. Now you may feel or have felt at the very beginning, well, this was incredibly light. It's not enough. At this point right now, you should be feeling like, oh no, I'm fine, right? Like this lighter weight is really going to help you focus on retracting at the same time you're using your anterior and a little bit of your medial delts, but you've got to drop down, head back, so you're not doing that forward head hang or tech neck. Take advantage of all the setup pieces. The position is so very important. Lower down. Nice. All right, how we doing? Lift, lower down, raise this up, lower this down, and this static hold is what's the killer, right? Whew, 2 more. Nice. You may see my eyes water. Here we go. Down, raise this one up, lower down, and raise it up, and release. Last one, shoulder blades back, set it up. This is going to be perfect form. In this, lift, lower down, raise it up, lower this one down, raise it up, and then slowly lower them both down and release. Excellent job. And that is all that you're doing for your shoulders right now. Comment below, let me know how it worked for you. You just need to do this 1 or 2 times a week. Add it to your total body strength or do it independently. Looking for a challenge? Click below.